A Lange & Sohne founded in 1845 by Ferdinand Adolph Lange in Glashütte, Germany, the town's first watchmaker, setting the way for it to become Germany's watchmaking center. But victimized by nationalization in 1948, the high-end watch brand staged a successful comeback in 1990. The company's sustained success and global reputation can be attributed to a takeover by the Swiss Richemont Group, which purchased the brand in 2000. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and tell us in the comment section what kind of content you want. Now let's see the top 10 A Lange & Sohne watches. Number 1. Lange One Time Zone Pink Gold. The Lange One Time Zone is a timepiece that perfectly exemplifies Lange's distinct approach to watchmaking. The Lange One was introduced in 1994 and served as the foundation for several other models, including the Lange One Time Zone. Available in a few different colors, including a limited edition of 100 yellow gold pieces. As the name implies, this watch can display the time in a second time zone, but it does so in an ingenious way. A half-blue disc sits in the center of both main subdials, which indicate two separate time zones. When the hour hand is over the blue part, it indicates that it is PM in that time zone. Other features include the ability to swap out the huge dial for home or local time as desired. This is due to the Lange One Time Zone's capacity to set its hour hands for both dials individually rather than in unison, as some other multi-time zone watches do. Number 2. A Lange & Sohne Odysseus White Gold. Lange also makes sports watches. The Odysseus leads the company's charge into the area and was only offered in stainless steel in 2019, the sole instance of the material in the Lange lineup, making it relatively rare. This white gold edition, which was introduced in 2020, takes the same sporting attributes and eye-catching appearance and elevates them into the luxury category. The Odysseus gets its movement in the form of the L155.1 automatic, which has a 50-hour power reserve and 312 components. These all work together to power the sophisticated day/date system, which divides the data into units and 10 disks that are powered by a program wheel. While the see-through case back allows you to observe the movement in action, the day and date are displayed in an extra-large style on the front of the dial, which is presented in gray. Number 3. A Lange & Sohne Zeitwerkdatewhitegold. The Zeitwerk date is a timepiece that wonderfully exhibits Lange's technical ability as a watchmaker. The Zeitwerk, which debuted in 2009, was already a visual wonder due to its leaping hour and minute displays. The Zeitwerk date incorporates a jumping date system, with the current date highlighted in red. The movement required to power such a display is quite complex, not only to achieve a perfect change of all complications at midnight, but also to maintain accuracy. This is quintessential Lange in appearance, a watch that will turn heads wherever you go. The delicate red accents stand out against the monochromatic gray and white dial, and the white gold case finish is luxurious. Number 4. A Lange & Sohne Lange One White Gold. The Lange One White Gold is less striking than its time zone cousin due to its smaller case diameter, but it has all the features required for a beautiful dress watch. This model was released in 2016 and received a caliber upgrade, especially the L121.1. Rather than simply tweaking the existing movement, Lange completely recreated it. One of the best aspects of this new movement is the revolutionary zero reset mechanism by Lange. This results in the second hand constantly stopping at zero whenever it runs out of power, a remarkable feat considering it has a 72-hour power reserve, allowing you to precisely reset the time. This watch is made in two colors, pink gold and white gold. Number 5. A Lange & Sohne Saxoniadualtime. Lange has unveiled a beautiful new dual time zone watch for frequent travelers, the Saxoniadualtime. This is A Lange & Sohne's first dual time zone watch. The new dual time zone timepiece is simple and elegant, and instead of displaying the date, as many other dual time zone watches, Lange chose to go the minimalist route and instead left the date completely off. This new timepiece truly excels in keeping times in two different time zones and while traveling between different time zones. The in-house L086.2 caliber self-winding mechanical movement drives this revolutionary German timepiece. As with all Lange clocks, the movement uses unprocessed German silver for the plates. The movement is manually ornamented and constructed to the greatest standards. Its movement is precision adjusted in 5 places for superior timekeeping accuracy. A precision bead adjustment mechanism with lateral set screw and whiplash spring is used, as well as an in-house Lange balance spring. The movement is comprised of 31 jewels, 268 components, a lever escapement, and a 72-hour power reserve, and operates at 3 Hz. Number 6. A Lange & Sohne Datograph UpDown Platinum. The Datograph has long been one of Lange's most recognized watches, and it has earned favor from many watch collectors. The Datograph UpDown is the successor to the original Datograph, which was released in 2012, with a case size increase from 39mm to 41mm. A power reserve indication, from which the watch gets its name, and a modified version of the L951.6 caliber to power the reserve indicator and raise the power reserve from 36 hours to 60 hours are among the other improvements. The aesthetic appeal of the Datograph UpDown and its predecessor is extremely charming. A Lange & Sohne is widely regarded as producing some of the most beautiful movements available, but the Datograph offers something extra special and is immensely popular. It is both a work of art and a demonstration of genuinely technical watchmaking. Number 7. A Lange & Sohne 1815 UpDown Pink Gold. This 1815 UpDown in pink gold is another Lange timepiece that excellently exemplifies timekeeping in its most basic form. The 1815 UpDown, this watch is named after founder Ferdinand Adolph Lange's birth year, features only the time, a running second subdial, and a power reserve indicator, the feature from which the 1815 UpDown and the Datograph UpDown receives their name. While it may not have the most difficult complications, 1815 represents excellent German watchmaking at its finest. Little wonder it is the company's most popular model. While not a unique Lange innovation, the power reserve indicator may be dated back to 1879, when the German watchmaker successfully submitted a patent to produce such an indicator. Much of 1815 UpDown's success can be attributed to the movement today. The L051.2 is an entirely new caliber that offers 72 hours of reserve power when fully wound and features the 3/4 plate construction, which has made it famous. Number 8. A Lange & Sohne 1815 Chronograph. The 1815 chronograph has the famous 1815 design, 2 subdials at 4 and 8. However, unlike the 1815 UpDown, utilizes these subdials for chronograph counters. Furthermore, the 1815 chronograph has a flyback function that allows you to rapidly reset the chronograph hands to 0 during a measurement. Lange even included additional graduations on the railway track minute scale to enable time readings to be 1/5 of a second accuracy. In terms of aesthetics, the combination of the black dial and the silver case is unrivaled. Add to that, the fact movement of the 1815 chronograph is the same as that found in the Datograph, an exceptionally attractive one, and it is quite possibly the best chronograph watch. Number 9. 1815 Tourbograph Perpetual Pour le Marais Platinum. The 1815 Tourbograph Platinum is an example of exquisite watchmaking. It has a tourbillon, chronograph, rattrapant, and perpetual calendar, as well as a fusee and chain transmission, a 15th century technology that comprises a cone-shaped pulley wound by a chain and attached to the mainspring barrel. There's probably too much going on in this watch to break down here, but if fine watchmaking is of any interest to you, and we're guessing it is based on the fact you're reading this, we urge you to go a little deeper into its inner workings. Essentially, Lange's ability to include so much into this watch is nothing short of astounding. There are only 50 of these timepieces in existence. Number 10. Richard Lange Tourbillon Pour le Marais White Gold. The Richard Lange Tourbillon Pour le Marais is very noteworthy in terms of technical excellence. This watch, like the 1815 Tourbograph, has a fusee and chain transmission. This aids in maintaining steady energy during the unwinding process, which improves precision. The moving dial segment is another clever trick. Its hour subdial, represented by Roman numerals, features a part that is visible only when the hour is between 8 and 10. When the hour does not fall within this range, the little dial piece pivots away, showing the entire tourbillon. The entire movement can be halted and set to 1-second intervals for much greater precision. Absolute perfection. There are only 50 of these timepieces in existence. If you enjoyed the video, then do like and subscribe and tell us in the comment section what kind of content you want.